Welcome to Biohacking with BioWitch. In this episode, I'm going to talk about two of the planetary aspects taking place today. On the timeline map for the planetary aspects, today, August 22nd, 2023, Venus is square Jupiter and Mars is opposition Neptune. So Venus, the planet Venus, is very much symbolic with our feelings of love, attraction. It impacts our area of relationships and deals with beauty and art. And Jupiter is the planet known as the planet of luck. It's going to deal with our growth, expansion, our level of abundance, how fortunate do we feel in our lives. So it's going to affect that part. And also the combination of these planets is going to have a major effect. So we know Venus will be square Jupiter, so the aspect square can be quite chaotic. It does tend to bring up some form of drama, so just watch this one very carefully today. In fact, I would even consider how you've been feeling past few days leading up to today. And this is an interesting aspect. It did take place on the 11th of June 2023. So it's particularly important to watch your mood, so how you're thinking, feeling, and the things that you are reacting to. So if something stirs you, maybe something brings up some form of anger, maybe these are parts you need to work on specifically to do with relationships. So from the past few days, has anything come up? Do you feel angry? Do you feel positive? What is your mood level and what things have come up? So focus on those things. And it's not specifically just relationship, because Venus also deals with money. There might be some decisions you're making, so it could be in the area of business and something to do with money, something to do with spending. So you're probably making some decisions there. So think about how you can grow from what you learn. So it could be anything. It could be you need to make a particular change in a relationship. Maybe you need to set boundaries. Consider how you want to grow from what comes up. So it could be you want to make changes for growth and expansion. So Jupiter, being the planet of luck, should bring some perspective into the situation. And also consider that we are in a retrograde right now. Venus is retrograde, and tomorrow Mercury will go retrograde. So consider what comes up in these next few days. Now I'm just going to move on to the next planetary aspect, which is Mars Opposition Neptune. So Mars is the planet of aggression, and it is the motivating planet, the planet that makes us act and gives us passion and the sense of desire. So you're going to be greatly influenced in having to do things, trying to go get or achieve certain goals. So it's going to make you really, really act, and watch your mood, because this will really pave the way for the next phase of the lunar cycle. Neptune deals with our dreams. It's about our imagination, our intuition, and watch how in these few days what kind of dreams you have. Do you have vivid dreams? Are you sleeping well? Sleep causing any kind of disruptions, any nightmares. It's a good time to really consider what kind of dreams come up for you and what they might symbolize. And the planetary aspect here is Mars opposition Neptune. Now, oppositions tend to be quite a very difficult aspect. Now, both of these aspects actually can create a sense of chaotic drama, but they can also present opportunities. So this is an opportunity for growth, for elevating your relationships, for learning things and moving ahead, taking action. So this is all about doing the hard work. To do that hard work, see what comes up for you, because everyone's going to be individual. Everyone's going to have different kind of experience. Again, this is all falling within a the planet Venus going into retrograde, and tomorrow we have Mercury retrograde coming up. So even though Mercury retrograde hasn't started today, we experience a pre-residual kind of energy. So it's about to happen. Mercury is about to go retrograde, and we're feeling a heightened level of energy taking place. Remember, there's several planets that are going to be retrograde tomorrow. Venus is one, Mercury is another. We are soon going to have another planet going retrograde, which will be Uranus. And then just as Venus goes direct, Jupiter will go retrograde. But I'll talk about that in the next phases of the lunar cycle. It's very important to eat well, reduce your heavy metals load, prevent any exposure to toxins. So I'll talk about that in other episodes. For now, I just want to say those are main key things, because you need to get your body in a healthy state so that your mind is operating with a higher level of intelligence and just a higher level of energy. So you definitely need mental clarity to work through these aspects. And I share lots of biohacks and how to get through it. And the aspects that I discussed, they don't necessarily have to be negative. They just bring up things that are worth observing. Just analyze the situation. What have you learned from the situation? Remember, I talked about the first lunar cycle, week 1, is all about increasing your acetylcholine levels and making sure they're balanced. So this very important brain chemical, this neurotransmitter, is very important for the mental processes. It's going to pave the way for the next lunar cycle week, which will be lunar cycle week 2. So in lunar cycle week 2, we're going to have other brain chemicals taking place, other neurotransmitters, which I'll focus on. And if you're interested in these biohacks, the various formulas, techniques, practice, methods, make sure to hit subscribe and stay updated for future astrological aspects.